So, here we are again in the Outer Banks, and I believe the quick summary of last session was you had a few snacks up at the hotel and got some information from some security footage, and then you went back in the car, gave Becky the wheel, and said, take the wheel and drive. And on the way, I believe you contacted Ash again, who generously gave you a plan. Yeah, so she said, hey, go pick up my sheriff of sorts at the food line, and you summarily did not do that. And you went straight to the safe house. And Amweru is somewhere, you know not where. But I think other than Caleb finding the trap upstairs and all the evil implementary, and Becky and Madeline finding a lot of really nice weapons in this false bottom cabinets downstairs, I think you all decided to go to bed, as it were, or was there still more that needed to be done before?
I read at the very end of the session that Caleb was like, guys, get up here, and there was somebody like in the house. There was someone there.
There might be someone else.
There might be someone there.
Oh.
And Spidey Sense says, oh shit.
I had forgotten that. Thank you. Excuse me for reminding me. So, yeah. I will set the stage here. I made a little drawing while I was waiting. So, this is not 3 different houses. This is the 3 floors of the house. The first floor there is in relation to the dune line, the sand beach, and the ocean. So that is the orientation that you're looking at. So the stairs leading up is what you came up, and then you unlock the front door, and there's a big open area there that you kind of ended up in. The kitchen in the far corner there where the false bottom cabinet was. You can see that, and then you can also see where the porch is. And then when Caleb went up the stairs, they were where you see them, and then on the second floor there, they kind of end up in the middle. Yep. There's this big long table. There are 3 doors up there. Can you resize? Shredder, do you need help?
We cannot resize ourselves. Because even though we got cone targeting, we still don't have basic quality of life.
Yeah, it's a thing. Thanks, Roll20. Thanks, Obama. Okay, well let's roleplay it from there then. So Caleb, I don't remember exactly what was heard. Maybe do you remember, Mango? What I said? Like, was it like a bump in the night or something, or what?
Something, enhanced senses, door, poking around, animal bones, torture devices?
Yeah, I think we left off with a sense of foreboding, because the last thing that we saw narratively was the torture implements and Caleb freaking out.
So, Mango, by the way, are you, like, on your phone or something, or?
I am currently... Everything is going wrong.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to try and describe what you see. Yeah, Caleb, I guess, I don't know, you have the Auspex power there.
Yes. I forgot to talk to myself. Heightened senses, yeah, I guess. I'd be trying to... I've had that on while looking around in the dark.
Okay. So the room that you're in right now, I already gave you a pretty thorough description, but just recapping, yeah, it's a fairly clean table, though well used. Lots of firearm cleaning implements, lots of very barbaric looking, what you can only assume are like surgical instruments, quote unquote. The room is otherwise sort of devoid of furniture except for a few chairs around the table. The door to your right as you're coming up the stairs, so the left, this door here, yeah. Well, all three doors are closed. That one looks, like a matched door to the set. There's no real damage or anything to it. There aren't any there isn't a well-worn pathway in the carpeting, which there is carpeting up here. But the carpeting is really gross and stained.
Okay, and what about the path towards the other two?
Yeah, it's the same for all three. They're sort of, it's a closed interior door. Like it's not. They don't look like particularly strong doors. They don't look like they have locks or anything. You guess that these might be like a bathroom or a bedroom or something. You don't know.
What are my fellow coterie members doing? After I shouted at them.
Did you call to them or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mind
he yelled at us to come upstairs, but very carefully.
Yes. So, might as well go upstairs.
Is mine the first step? There's a trap.
Yep. So
The last step at the top, that is.
both Madeline and Becky, please make a dexterity plus. Okay, I need to re-acclimate. Dexterity plus.
Like stealth or...
It's like balance. But I guess athletics.
Oh.
Dex plus athletics. Mango, do you want me to roll for you?
I think.
Oh. No, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so both of you managed to sort of step over where Caleb's pointing to. He's right there, so you don't have any trouble. You both get up to the top there. Now you're all able to see this table. What do you do?
Well...
Crush Becky.
Say what?
Crush Becky if you could. The token fell. Never mind.
So, if I remember correctly, we are only able to really do anything with Becky's iPhone.
Well, she
Becky's
was,
iPhone has light.
yeah, she was
Yeah.
the one that had a source of light that wasn't too hard to.
The sun.
Yeah. And as best you can tell, all of you feel the call of the abyss right now. So you're pretty sure the sun has risen.
We need to be getting to sleep very soon.
But there was also that foreboding. Wait. Okay. turn over to my brother and I ask, "What the hell are you asking us to come up here for? I mean, yeah, that's torture stuff, but this is a vampire hideout.
Well, there's
Obviously."
animal stuff. I can smell off of some of this stuff. Who do we know might be preying on animals right now, dear sister?
She blinks.
We need to check these rooms first before we try settling down for the morning.
Well, are we gonna draw bones for it or something? Who's going first?
Do you guys have those weapons that you found, by the way?
Oh goodness, who grabbed
Yes.
what?
I got a shotgun. You got a
Katana?
block.
A Glock?
Yeah. 'cause
There's
I
a
gave you
katana
a-
downstairs as well.
I turn over to Becky and look. How the fuck did you find a shotgun? Never mind, not important. Yeah, I'll open this door first and then you point at whatever might be in there. Alright?
Becky racks the shotgun.
Okay.
So, the universal language of
Yep.
I'm
Successfully
sorry,
executed.
really quickly. Am I going crazy or is there like elevator music going on?
Yeah, there is elevator music on. Do you-
Okay.
Do you have any special requests?
My request was maybe I don't know. So I hard understand you. Brain no go because I can't like alter the volume between you and the elevator music.
So is it too loud?
The issue is not loud or not loud. It's that it's the same audio source.
Uh-huh.
What's the name of the song?
It's just a live channel.
Oh.
Was there a point to the question, or did you
Oh
need
no, it's just if it's possible, could it possibly be a different source?
something? Why?
Synesthesia things.
My sister has synesthesia, and audio is interpreted as other sensations, one of which is
Color.
color,
Okay.
the other one is sometimes like.
So can we have music, or
Yeah.
it's just you
Just-
you can't listen to it?
Yeah, because I want to put my attention on you.
Okay. Yeah, Zerg, if the only option then is Chip, I guess it's up to you to find something suitable.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. While I look for that, the idea is breach and clear, or I'd like to open the door.
Okay. That's no problem. I think all of you be let's see here. So who is going first and who is going second, who is going third if you're all going to enter the room in a breach and clear style?
I think
Um,
it'd be Caleb first, then Becky, then Maddie.
I also like this order of operations.
Okay.
Okay.
So Caleb and then Becky with her shotgun. Caleb, do you have a weapon?
I have my fists.
Okay.
Oh, and I also have the pistol, but I have it stowed.
Okay, so you're not using a pistol. Great. So you should be making a let's see, a composure plus brawl. Becky should be I'm assuming you're breaching holding the shotgun.
Correct.
Composure plus firearms. And And Madeline, do you have the pistol?
I have the pistol.
Okay. So you will be also composure plus firearms.
Nice.
Incredible.
Good. These are good rolls. So, Caleb, you open the door and essentially go into a crouch / roll, trying to gain the corner of the room as fast as you can. Becky, you actually look fairly practiced at this. You level the shotgun as soon as Caleb clears your sight picture and sort of sweep the room. And then Madeline, you have the pistol up at your ear. And when Becky steps into the room, you try to go, hold on places that she hasn't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
But what all of you see is it's kind of strange. It's a room within a room. So I will draw on here. Essentially, there is a what it's like a steel box that's maybe 6 feet high by 10 feet wide by 8 feet deep. As best you can tell, there's nothing in the room around it, and it has a single door, also steel, which I will mark. There
Such a
are
weird box.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like somebody made a giant safe.
It's like not a cage, but
No, it's definitely solid.
Becky's thinking, oh, you think this is where he hides during the day?
Who?
who?
Oh, you know,
I,
Oh, no, we
people
don't.
like
Why do you
us.
think we're asking you?
You know, people like us.
I mean, maybe. This seems more like a kind of box you put people in and forget about the key for a little bit, but good to know that it's in here.
Let's knock down the door.
Knock on the door?
Yeah. Take down the door. See what's in there.
No, just knock on it, see if there's anyone in there first, and then maybe. We need to check the other two doors before the sun's coming up too high.
Ah, that would be a good idea, brother. Thank you.
Okay, so
Lots of
you're
disappointment.
you're all in this room
Mm-hmm.
with this big metal box with a door.
Mm-hmm. And the metal box is currently closed, right?
It has a door with a latch and what appears to be a mechanical spin lock.
Oh, valuables. Let's not touch that.
Shiny.
It's shiny, but Caleb shakes his head and gets ready next to the other door.
So hint, nobody inspects the box any closer.
Madeline
Right.
knocks on it.
Do you knock on the door or where do you?
On one of the walls, not the door.
Okay, you knock on the left side, and it sounds pretty hollow. Um, there's no noise or anything coming from the inside that responds.
That was anticlimactic.
Oh, great. Now there's definitely something in there.
Okay, so you're out of that room then, huh?
Yeah, just gonna look. Becky has a bad feeling about this thing.
You gonna like inspect the box closely?
Yeah, I think is there enough room to like walk around the box?
Yes,
Well,
there
inspect
is. There's plenty of room. It's more than a 36-inch width, so it
Okay.
feels like you're walking in a hallway around the thing. Now there's windows too on this side of the house, but again, they all have this heavy light block curtain. Thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to inspect the door or anything?
I want to inspect the walls around it first to see whether this is, well, if I got a better phrase, make sure that's the only door.
It definitely seems to be the only door, but go ahead and make a where is it? Investigation plus wits. Oh, excellent.
Oh.
So you you notice that the walls of this thing on the three sides that are not that don't have a door are, you know, pristine more or less. It's painted what you can assume is steel. The paint is black. There's not really any fingerprints or anything. It's just sort of a blank wall. You notice that the carpet has a little tiny bit of burn mark all the way around it, and you surmise with the roll that you got that this structure was built in this room, and that it was welded together while it was, you know, in other words, this thing was far too big to actually maneuver into this room of the house. Right? They brought in sheets of steel and actually welded it together in the room. Whoever did this. I'm assuming you inspect the side that's got the door in it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll inspect the door too.
So around the door, you see not obvious, but definite now that you're looking closer. There are scratches on the side of the door that the latch is on, and on the door itself over on the latch side, making it seem like there was a struggle and something was either pushed through the door and it attempted to not be pushed through the door, or was trying to get out while the door was open and was trying to claw its way out. The door doesn't appear to have much use on like the handle, but the cipher lock is pretty well worn. It's an older mechanical spin lock, so it's a piece of steel dial with numbers 1 through 100. It says S and G on it.
S and G.
Yeah, there's the model of the lock. There don't appear to be like well-worn tracks on the carpet leading into this thing. It's just sort of the same dingy sort of carpet that's everywhere else, and it doesn't really seem like there's a obvious staining anywhere around the box on the carpet. And the walls are all fairly, old wallpaper. It's kind of gross, but you don't see any sign of like damage. It's just old.
Well, Becky's gonna wait for the other people to finish their investigation before coming back, but she does not want to lose her eyes in this box, wondering, is this meant to keep someone in or to prevent someone from leaving? Protect someone or to keep someone locked in? Is there anything Becky's mind?
It could be either, to your eye.
Well, let's look at this next one then. She moves over to the next door and looks over to her brother, and then
Same roll.
I assume you're asking if you can do the same roll for breaching and clearing?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Becky, I assume you go with them?
No, Becky's just said she'll keep an eye on the box.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, it's a brawl plus composure and firearms plus composure, please.
Wonderful.
uh,
I am sort of prepared.
uh,
That was quite the roll.
that's a skull.
Yeah, but do you actually have that many firearms? Wow, you do. Wait a minute. No, you don't. How
Yeah, is
did
it
you
a
roll
composure?
that?
Wait, what?
Huh? I recently just
Four.
spent my points.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it wasn't showing on the other one. I wondered why your roll changed. Nope, it's fine. You don't have to pay attention to that bestial failure because you had 4 successes. So that's good.
Nice.
So, Caleb, you grab the doorknob, and just like before, you kind of tumble into the room, trying to take a corner. And Madeline, you enter behind him with a gun drawn over his head to try and cover the rest of the room. Caleb, you do a little bit of a somersault to try and get into the room, and it's a bathroom, and you run into the wall real quick. It's not really that big of a room. This is about this size. And I will grab a thing and make it. Oh my, I just reloaded the page. That's awesome. Thanks, Roll20. Thanks, Obama.
Buddy, pal.
So Becky hears a loud crash.
Yeah,
And
your feet hit the
cursing.
wall, and you're kind of on the floor. As soon as this loads, I'll.
Ah, for fuck! That's the last time I tried thinking the movies will do. Ah.
Oh, brother, you're
Uh,
acting over.
Hard, hard.
There
There we go. Okay.
There's another place with torture implements. No, it's just the bathroom. Right?
No.
Somersaulted into.
It's a bathroom.
Yeah.
But you get the impression that looking around, it's a shower only, so it's like a half, 3/4 bath. There's no bathtub. There is a toilet and a sink. The toilet, it just looks like it's never been. It's like very like dirty and dusty, but it's like no one ever used it. The sink, on the other hand, looks very used. It's got a lot of chips in the porcelain. The faucet itself is super corroded. The handles on it look kind of gross. And the half shower has no curtain or door. It's sort of exposed shower head on the wall and a drain with some tile in a square shape around the floor. But if you tried to take a shower here and the water actually miraculously worked, the water would get all over the bathroom while you were showering.
I am so fucking glad I cannot catch venereal diseases anymore.
Yeah.
Get up and go to the next door.
Okay. So you go out of there, close the door, and assume the same.
Maddie just
Same.
follows and snickers.
So same rolls then.
Okay.
Hey, what did you guys just find?
I found out that my brother is a little bit more of an idiot than he used to be. Was composure or dexterity?
Composure. Well, This is much more practiced. You're getting in the groove of it. Both of you work well together as soon as you've had 2 tries. This is a bedroom, or what you can assume at one point was a bedroom. It has the same carpeting, but curiously, there is only one sort of a little ratty, but you can tell well used and cared for reading chair. Now, imagine, if you will, if you've seen The Matrix, the room that Morpheus takes Neo to before he reveals what the Matrix is. And it's a pair of these very nicely upholstered, but like, ratty and kind of worn chairs. It's one of those things, and the room is lined with bookshelves. It's, at first glance, well over 200 books. The room is not exactly clean, but it's not dirty either. It's just dusty. The carpet is notably more cared for. It doesn't look like there's a lot of staining. Again, there are coverings over the windows. And the only other structure in the room is a very, very cliche old oak coffin.
Oh.
Not going over to it, but like from wherever I landed inside the room, does it look like there's any personalization on the coffin?
Go ahead and make investigation plus wits or intelligence, your choice.
I will go with intelligence.
Who needs to read anymore? They got those audiobook thingies.
4 successes. You see the top of the coffin has some wear to it, where it looks like someone has opened it repeatedly. It doesn't have hinges, so you imagine if you tried to take off the cover, it would come off as a single piece and sort of be in your hands without an attachment to the lower. You also squint closely in the darkness because Becky's not here with her phone, and you could swear there's some sort of shadowed design on the top of the cover, but it's just too dim in here. You really can't make out what's going on there without an additional source of light.
Hey, brother, do you see anything?
Is it the kind of complexity that the heightened senses would not help with discerning?
Not in this low of light.
Okay. You want to be that guy who says, but I have dark vision.
Yeah, that's what...
But yeah, okay.
You do have a coterie member with a flashlight. Just not in the room.
I'm gonna shout.
Well, do you see anything?
Oh, that's right. You can't see shit right now.
Can't even shoot a bass in a barrel right now.
Hey, Becky, found the place we're gonna be holding up for the day.
Becky!
Yes. Okay, you finally found the... And what's that?
Found
The
something.
lavatory?
Yeah, over here.
I mean, I suppose you could call it that.
Becky goes to the door and turns on the light.
Piss, 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 piss.
Is that to Becky or is that okay?
It's to Becky, like a cat. Piss, piss, piss,
Oh.
piss, piss. Kitty.
Right, and there's lots of books. I wouldn't sit in the chairs or mess with the coffin. That looks like someone, one of our potential benefactors might actually be the owner of. I'd rather not piss him off more than we already have, considering someone put in the address to here instead of the Food Lion first. To pick up. the potential owner of that coffin?
Huh. Well, whatever seems like a good place to. Let's take a nice nap. Let's shut the door. Let's make sure we shut this other door too while we're at it. Can you shut that door? Young lady.
Is anyone gonna tell me exactly what's going on right now, though? Like, we're not going to investigate the coffin. We're not going to investigate the.
You want to investigate the coffin, Maddie?
Do it if you do it too, because I'm not going to be the only one facing the final death over here.
I mean, I am curious about what might be in the box, but on the other hand, it's not it has none of your business all over it.
This whole entire top floor has none of your business, especially with that little trap thingamajig. Also, not to mention, she nods her head vaguely toward
Entire fucking dining table full of
everything. Just tortured implements and carcasses and smell of death.
Well, there's
Look
no
at that
no carcasses. No.
No carcasses?
No.
Just
all the
suspicion.
tools to
Ca-
make them.
Caleb smelled the remnants of
Mhm.
things last session, but there's no actual viscera or wet material at all.
Madeline shivers and says, I'm gonna sleep downstairs.
Well, think of it this way, dear sister. The only people that know about the trap are those people that are supposed to be here, and if they're not supposed to be here, they're gonna step on it and wake us up. Maybe. Depending on whether or not the blood actually lets us.
And still, something just feels off, okay? I would rather be closer to, instead of a second story window, I'd rather be closer to the beach. On the first floor.
Okay, so at this point, all of you feel the pull of Oblivion especially strong. You haven't been up this late, quote unquote, in quite some time. Maybe some of you, this is the first time you've ever been up past an hour after dawn. Please, everyone, make a rouse check.
Oh boy. Rouse is
Darn
is
it.
it on the back?
Becky, you cannot buy a
Okay,
rouse check.
Where's the rouse check? Oh,
It's
there it is.
underneath the.
Yes, I see it. Oh no.
Oh no, Caleb's.
Well,
2 failures.
two of us are very, very tired.
Why, Madeline? Why did it give you? Why does it say your new hunger is 3?
I don't know. Maybe I forgot to reduce my hunger from the last time I took a sippy.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that didn't.
Yeah, it
Oh.
definitely has you at a 3, but your rouse check should have rolled 2 die then.
Oh. I don't know.
No, I guess it only rolls 1 die. Oh, that's weird. All right, well, short of going back and looking at the other recording, I think you're at a 3 hunger unless you can tell me otherwise.
Let's go with 3 hunger.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Stress.
All of you feel the effects, and it is a group failure, so you all have a sort of a psychic connection with your now slightly more familiar coterie. You've spent a full night together, so you can all feel the impending, hunger whispering to all of you that you must sleep. And so if you don't physically will yourself to keep your eyes open, you may soon fall where you stand.
Get down the
Alright.
stairs on the spike or get in the bedroom. Make your choice. And then he stumbles. And then
Uh-huh.
plants his ass next to the coffin.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's over, I guess, on the wall over here. I'll make a little.
I
Doodad.
don't know how to move the token, actually.
You left click the token and drag. Hold and drag.
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes Roll20 bugs out.
I'm also using Opera right now, so that probably doesn't help.
Okay. Any last or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you were gonna not.
Madeline stumbles into the room as well and sits down next to Caleb and falls asleep next, on his shoulder.
Okay. Becky, I assume you stake out your own corner.
Yep.
Okay.
Ew, siblings.
You all settle in for what is sure to be a seriously uncomfortable, wary night. But thankfully, as Kindred, once your eyes close and the oblivion takes you, it is void sleep. It is completely irrelevant to you whether or not your body is in a comfortable position. You simply cease to be conscious. All three of you need to make a rouse check to awaken.
Does that mean I stay asleep if
Oh.
I fail it?
No, it means you gain another hunger die when you wake up.
No! No!
I mean, it's not bad until you're a 5.
5 is when Trans gets to play my character, right?
Right?
Uh-huh.
It's okay. You just need to find someone, and
So, holy crap, you guys cannot buy a rouse check. But also,
what are the odds of this? Right?
I think you failed the rouse check earlier, Becky. I'm not sure why it's not giving you a hunger of 3.
Because I was at a 0 at first.
No,
went
you
0.
were not. The only way to get to a 0 is to completely drain a human, and you have not done that.
Oh,
to my
I
knowledge.
see. Then I miscalculated earlier.
There's a first time for everything.
Let me change that to a 3 then.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we are at a 4, a 3, and a 3. This is a hungry group. You awaken, and yeah. So Madeline and Caleb, give me a wits plus awareness, please.
Oh.
Oh boy. Where is...
Awareness
sorry.
is
It's
One-
wits. I'm sorry. It's wits plus. Where is it? I
So
thought
I'll need
awareness
to-
was a thing.
Yeah, there is. There's an awareness.
Yeah.
It's under academics.
Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the third column.
Awareness and wits?
Yes, yes.
For all of us or just the siblings?
Just the siblings,
Okay.
Oh
because
boy.
they were sleeping next to the coffin.
Oh!
I was just sleeping next to you.
Oh no!
Let's see here. So you rolled a 2 and another 2. So neither one of you, notice anything. I'm sorry to make you make the roll and then to say nothing happens, but that is in effect what occurs. But you are now, the three of you, awake. What do you wish to do?
Did anything happen with the coffin?
Would you like to investigate the coffin?
right now she's asking and just see, like, did everybody wake up at the same time?
More or less, yes, within seconds. As I
Okay.
said, you all spent most of the night together last night, and it's a thing that happens with kindred when they spend a great deal of time with each other. They tend to align,
Synchronize.
yeah, a bit.
So if I'm understanding the role, the way that the roles worked, it's that something may or may not have happened, but there's no way to know for sure. So right now it's like a inkling, or
If I could have rolled those privately, I would have.
okay. There is a send to GM role.
I'm sure there is, but I make believe that those rolls never happened.
Okay.
So, how'd y'all sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky, this is one of the lower points in your
Slept
kindred
like an
life.
angel last night. This is much more comfortable than the basement of like some random place in Louisiana.
Yeah, it was kind of this like sandy, a lot of sand in the carpet, and you just
It's
slept on the
everywhere.
floor, so it's not like your dress or your hair are really in the best shape now.
It's better than a Junker Con like we've been doing for the last couple days.
Yeah, if anything, the sand actually is kind of nice. It has an exfoliating feature to it.
Sister, no,
What? I
no.
can have a little bit of fun at first thing in the morning.
Gently
Afternoon.
push her on the shoulder over towards the door, though.
So you arise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that Caleb, you slept right here.
I planted my ass next to it, yes.
Uh-huh. And so Madeline would have been next to you, and if there's any jostling, which I think you just said you got up,
Mm-hmm.
the coffin top pops open,
Oh no.
and you are both presented with a Mwiro with a very long with a very long samurai sword gripped reverse in one hand, facing both of you with a low snarl.
So just to make sure, Aguero is the sheriff that we were supposed to have picked up?
If you recall, yes.
Swallows.
It's very dry.
Nice knowing y'all.
You have no spit.
Comedic effects.
Uh-huh.
Blink, 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 hands up. Pale?
Madeline puts her hands up and like scooches a little bit behind Caleb.
There's a double take. He's like, "You asshole."
As he's done growling, he tilts his head slightly to the right and notices Becky.
Eat her first.
But
Excuse me.
doesn't make a move. So this is you talking. Okay.
Top of the morning to you too.
Good morning, sir.
You're in my home, and I don't kill you because it would be unwise to go against the Baron's wishes.
Baron is Ash, right?
Yes.
You are the bright one of the group.
I don't know. I mean, when it comes to being the slightly dim one out of 3 very, very broken light bulbs, I don't know if I could be called bright.
He sheathes his sword and stands up straight, stepping out of the coffin lithely, gracefully. He's very graceful in his movements, but Madeline and Caleb, When the coffin popped open, it was an odor. It smells, and you getting a good once up and down on where it was sort of interesting clothing. I'll say before I describe what it looks like he slept in a swamp.
Humid.
Is there a possibility I could roll a composure to not react?
Why don't you roll me a composure?
Composure etiquette?
Why don't all
Be
three
right
of you
back.
roll composure? I'm
Composure
sorry,
etiquette or just composure?
just, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll make this just composure. Did
Just
Shred say he was going to be right back or something?
Yeah, no, I'll roll the composure first, and then I'll be
Oh,
right
okay.
back. Need more ice water. And my brain is like, where is composure?
It's...
Is it is? Oh,
Social.
No. There we go. My brain was looking in the wrong location. I will be right back.
Two successes, that's good, that's good.
Oh,
4 successes.
I am
And you know, they-
incredibly,
you have high successes.
Okay.
incredibly composed.
Shred is gonna want to hear this description of this messy critical, so I'm gonna take a pause here and pause the recording. We will be right back.
On an etiquette check. That's
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I
so
want to
he-
hear this.
He actually wasn't supposed to roll etiquette. It was just a composure check.
Oh, it was? I thought. Oh,
Wait. Well, you're screwed though, so that's funny.
No, please roll composure only.
composure only was 2.
It would have been funny.
Oh.
Okay. It's okay. So you, Caleb, it's not a messy critical, but Awiru definitely strikes fear into you. You feel as though you might be powerless to stop him should he decide to kill all three of you. It is a feeling that you're familiar with. From your past, you have felt like this before. It's a presence type of thing, and you grit your teeth, and it's difficult to not just run. You have trouble speaking. The other two of you are fine. Mura was definitely an imposing figure, but he doesn't seem hell-bent on harming you. You have no issues talking with him. He, I believe, left off with a statement about how it would be a bad idea for him to harm you against his Baron's
The Baron.
wishes.
And then I said, the Baron's Ash, right? And then he said, oh, you're the smart one.
You
I
must
said,
be the
"Not
smart one."
really."
Mhm. So he steps out of his coffin very close to you, Caleb, and takes up position in the middle of the room. I still don't have a token for him because I couldn't find one that I liked, and it just pissed me off. So I said no. He's
He's
very
so good looking.
Yeah,
He doesn't have
no.
art.
He's maybe 6'4", dreadlocks. Again, just looks like he picked up a darkly colored leisure suit from what you can make out. It might have been like a frilly cuff, frilly front shirt under a leisure suit jacket and some pants, and bare feet. The nails are hideous. Claws almost on his feet and his hands, and his face looks like a mess of scars. He definitely has an odor, like it's like a brackish, musky odor, and his clothes are you look at it and it's like, I think this guy's clothes are still wet. And it smells like he basically went and found a pond with a bunch of scum in it and just jumped in. He does not look pleased, and he stands before you in the middle of the room. Before he begins his spiel, what do you do?
I'm blanking on the name of the vampire Nosferatu we're supposed to look for.
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
You know where? Do you know where Nicholas is?
I was there when Ash interrogated him, but she would he grimaces a little bit. We let him go. I know not where to. I imagine it's not far, but it's a long island.
So, what's your opinion of Nikki? You only hear people who hate him, but no one said why.
He's on the run from the Camarilla, and he did not seem interested in us previously. He is an outsider. We didn't ask him many questions, just where he was going and what he was going to be doing here, and he more or less failed to answer either question. Again, he's grimacing. You get the idea that he. Well, go ahead and go. You know, if you guys want to know, go ahead and make a.
Charisma?
No, that would be. This is gonna be wits plus.
Politics, occult.
Wits plus.
Insight.
Insight.
Astrogation.
Hey now. Wits plus insight, please.
Insight.
Wonderful.
Caleb, he just seems mad. Becky, same
I'm the
thing,
one
he just
closest to
seems
his
mad.
sword.
No, you have been inching away for a while now, and Madeline, yeah, he's just grimacing. All three of you, you get the idea that he's not happy, but that's about as much as you can glean from his demeanor.
Do you mind if I ask you a question, sir?
That's why I'm here.
You don't seem to be too happy that y'all left little old Jolly Saint Nick to do whatever he wanted.
No.
Might I ask why?
As I said, he's an outsider. He didn't seem interested in submitting to our authority. We should have killed him where he stood.
He probably fiddled with one of Ash's little puppets.
Oh, we would have taken action if that had been the case. I don't think that happened.
Looks over at Becky. Looks back at the sheriff. Looks at Becky. Looks at sheriff. Looks at brother. Looks at sheriff. Smiles.
He sees this and a
Is
slight
Becky
smirk
over
on the corner of his
angrily?
mouth. Yeah, he gets a little smirk. Yeah. But it goes away. Goes away like that.
Has he Has he
Yes.
seized the blade? Or...
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did that before he got out of the coffin.
Oh, okay. So I've just been sitting on my ass like, oh, is he gonna flash again? Or
He basically popped up with it drawn and was facing the two of you, and then after he realized who was in the room, He stood up straight, sheathed it, and stepped out, and then replaced the top, and has been sort of talking to you nonchalantly.
We've been kids at story time, looking up at him.
You have been trying to get into the furthest corner of the room away from him.
Yeah.
And more or less unable to speak.
Yep.
If you would like to, you can make a composure check now to see if you can sort of break the
Sure.
spell of
Decompose.
sorts.
I have 2 composure. What can go wrong?
A lot of things, actually.
Oh, a great deal.
Oh, nice.
Okay. You see your sister talking and being insightful, asking him questions, and you realize, well, if he's gonna kill them, he's gonna kill me too. So, might as well step up. And you walk over and stand by your sister again.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence renewed.
Can I also ask you if there's anything that, at the very least, I could do to make this little partnership a little bit less painful for both of us? So,
Well, you could have started by picking me up from the goddamn supermarket so I didn't have to sleep in the fucking swamp.
funny thing about that, I wasn't the one driving, so, I mean, if you have an issue, look at the redhead over there, L'Oreal number 42.
I don't think I care who did it. You all had a job to do, and boy, if things go as poorly as this did last night, in the future, I think I'm going to be carting the 3 of you off into the swamp.
I would say that is a fair enough punishment for a 1-to-1. To spend the night out in the swamp like we accidentally were made. I'm going to stop talking about that now. What is the plan of attack?
Do any of you have weapons drawn or showing?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to hide a shotgun.
Indeed it is. What did you do with that shotgun?
I was having it kind of slung over my body.
Uh-huh. And then when you went lights out, let's say you went prone, or did you actually just zonk out sort of sitting up or something?
Leaning against the wall, and the thing kind of strap. Oh my god, this is art.
Yeah.
Madeline has the pistol at her hip, like in her pants.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb had his at the small of his back.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I thought the Glock was Becky's old gun from the car.
Yeah.
Is that right? And that's
Yeah.
what
I thought we found a third one.
Madeline has.
Because-
No,
I
there
think-
was like a katana and throwing knives, I think.
Yes, then you didn't take either of the blades. Becky just took the
Yeah.
shotgun and you left the blades. Okay, so theoretically, Becky is the only one that has a weapon that may belong to this guy. So I'm just gonna just real
And I
quick
think
here.
we do have a gun in one of our backpacks.
Yeah, that's the
That's
one we
okay. I'm just
started
asking about visible weapons.
with. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a lot of dice.
No, it's just 4 dice.
What?
It's fine. He's fine. Nothing. He doesn't respond or anything. So what are your leads?
Well, we went to Kitty Hawk and the other one, and we talked to some people about missing pets.
Saw some electronic surveillance saying that, well, he bolted on down southwards this way. So he's not north of here, at least doesn't return north of here.
He was able to walk.
Out
fast
of
like
character,
this.
you were in Corolla when you discovered all this, and he is south of Corolla, which is one of the northernmost points of the island. So you're sure he's south of there, but that's everything between Duck and where you currently are, and he could even be south of you. So it's more or less 80% of the island that you're guessing he would be at.
Hmm.
Okay. You saw
Yeah.
something on a security camera? That's good. When was this? And
Last night.
out of character. This is when you saw it, but he's like asking when the
Oh.
footage was from, and this is footage from before when he actually would have met with Ash.
Hmm.
So he says, well, that's sort of less than useful.
So, I wonder if this would be a good time to try and risk rousing for premonition.
Can certainly try. Premonition. Can you link me? I can find it.
I can copy paste it.
Need to see the long text.
249.
Prospects, premonition. How many dots do you have in Auspex in total?
I have 2 dots and aspects.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make the premonition check and let's see here. I don't know whether you're supposed to roll this with abilities. I'm guessing you do. Yeah,
It's
I think,
the second dot.
yeah, I think this is one of those ones where I get to ask you for specific skills that go with the premonition check, depending on exactly what you're trying to see. So I'll say with premonition, you can try to get a sense of what's going to happen in the next like minute or two. You can try to guess what's going to happen or see a vision about what's going to happen in the next hour or two. And then I think when you get another point in Auspex, I will give you the option for longer time periods than that. But at this point, it's just kind of those two.
Mm.
And I believe the shorter term one would be this is going to be sorcery for sure. So this will be, is it wits and
Well, I think the power says that it rolls in that second. You focus on the subject making rouse and rolling resolve and aspects. But I'm not sure if it.
resolve? Is this what it says?
Yeah, resolve and aspects.
Okay. Is that the V20 version of it though, or the V5 version? What,
I
did
copied
you
it
link
from the book.
Did you put it in the? Where'd you put it?
I copied it from. Well, let's see. Because I did put it in my. So there's that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't show you the system, so you'd have to go into my sheet.
Okay, I'll see. Caleb. Premonition. It's definitely a rouse check. They're not getting that one for free.
Oh, not powerful enough.
AIDS.
It's like playing Pike all over again. It even has the same kind of dice. Oh man, that
Flash of a skeleton.
the bonus foresight gave on initiative. You want to start first, NPC? How about no? And I'm gonna blow out your kneecaps.
Okay,
with my...
so you know what? I'm gonna say that you know, what is the subject of your premonition? Is it Amwiro?
I think that I would like to focus on Nicholas.
Okay, you don't know what he looks like, and he's not in front of you.
and the blur is, of course, not
Yeah,
enough.
you wouldn't be able to use that for this. I mean, I think that's a little bit of a bridge too far. I know we're all learning the system, but like, yeah, that feels
Yeah.
pretty cheaty.
Yeah, understandable.
But I mean, if you did it, the previous part of the description is like sudden hint that aids them in some way, letting them find a clue they've missed or saving them from danger. I mean, this is the type of thing where, say, last night, if you were in the room with the big iron box, maybe, you use that and it you get a premonition about what's inside or something. And I'm not saying that you should have done that. I'm just saying that that's the quality of answer you can get out of this, I think. So anyway, yeah, if you have a subject or something, yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I think you're still squaring off with the ever handsome but stinky
Eduardo.
Amwiru.
Eduardo.
Amuriu. Amwiru.
I'm
Can you
not gonna
please-
trust
Can you
that.
please type that in the chat?
Uh-huh.
How
Am the
Ow.
man.
am the what would he do if he heard Becky say that?
Good share. More or less.
Okay, so premonition is not gonna. I don't have something to latch onto, basically.
So
to
he
use
says,
it.
none of you have any other leads? Did your prince give you any info? He sneers.
There's no Prince of Oz.
Oh, then why do you do his bidding?
We got a bounty from the Camarilla. We don't care that whatever for them, except for the boon that'll get the a certain Louisianan court off our backs. You see, my little
Those-
sister and I kind of offed one of the prince's favorite specimens down there.
Oh. Did you know?
Your story to tell, sis.
Well, started with an alligator. Oh, are you talking about the whole entire thing? Because I love telling that story, but we might be here for a while.
You can say you recount it for him, and if Becky doesn't
Well.
want to hear
Even if Becky didn't want to hear it, I'd tell it anyways because
it. Becky, do you wish to resist?
Scathing
Becky.
tirade.
I'll be talking.
or go try to fix yourself up in the bathroom while they're making up. Also, all three of you, I won't do unique inner monologues for all three of you, but yeah, this is especially I can't remember who's at 4.
It's
Caleb?
me.
Oh, Maddie.
Maddie, it's the hunger is like a literal devil on your shoulder whispering in your ear every couple of seconds. Gotta find some blood. We gotta find some.
Well, wait a minute. Before I really talk about how we got into this predicament in the first place, my brother and I, are you aware of anywhere I could get some proper sustenance?
It's all around if you know where to look.
That
But
won't get us
You don't
in
seem
hot water.
like the type to feed on animals.
Can you please say that last part again? Sorry.
You don't seem like the type to feed on animals.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I could really swing it. I just don't like people who do drugs, and I don't like vegans.
Well, unfortunately, that excludes more and more of the local population or transient population, as I think you would see these days.
Yeah.
It is 2023, after all.
Yeah, the opioid epidemic and also all that weed shit.
It's very true. Yeah. He gives
Well,
you
don't
he
mind.
gives you a pointed look, and you immediately recall the entire house stinks of weed.
Oh,
Yes, we are now awake. We are very awake.
oh, come on, guys. Weed isn't even that bad. There are much worse things to do
Oh,
than Mary
what?
Jane.
Like having to dye your hair every day?
I'll let you know this is naturally red, okay?
Yeah, and I'm naturally 5'8".
Ladies.
What? This is us bonding.
What is this drawing that someone has done?
It's called art. And it was an attempt.
It's in line with most of Shred's drawings, and it looks like a person with an enormous.
Look,
Yikes.
that looks like that, call a doctor.
A great
okay?
personality.
But not for me.
It's forked.
It was supposed to be resting with a shotgun, but okay.
I
Um,
know. I have to. I have to, Shred.
I know.
Anyways, ladies.
But yes, we don't exactly know where old Nikki is, and well, like you said, there's a bounty.
Well, yeah, like we need the bounty so we're not hunted anymore.
If anything, I can just crack into surveillance in places next to where he likes to feed, which is apparently on people's pets. Because
Is that
easy access. Hmm?
Why would you want to feed specifically on people's pets?
Why do you not like vegans?
Some of
Fair
us
enough.
have very particular tastes.
I don't like vegans because they don't have enough iron in their blood.
This is all very fascinating, but the matter at hand, I prefer to get this mission over with.
Yes, sir. So, the fuck we do?
That is the question, yes.
Caleb, you're usually the one who does the scheming. I'm usually the one that does the fucking up, but it seems like it's opposite day. So, any ideas? Anybody? Maybe. Please.
Let's see. I'll
There's
be honest, I'm
another-
surprised he hasn't left the island. Wonder what. If he's still on
Yeah,
the island, why?
too.
He must be at something important. Hey,
Yes, we got the impression that he was running because we kind of guessed that he was running from the Camarilla before you got those texts.
Yes, but normally when they're running, they're usually running away, not necessarily stuck on an island.
Maybe
So
he
he's
ran
probably
away and then hid on the island.
Did you know him well enough to think if he had like a preferred hiding place or preferred activities?
I had never met the man before in my life before 2 days ago.
Oh, you
2 days ago. So, I have a question, and that is, how did the Camarilla know that he was here? Is there anyone else looking for him other than the three of us?
That's a good question.
And how did you first catch him? How did you nip him?
Oh, he ran across make a etiquette plus wits check, please, Madeline.
Yeah.
This can only end well.
Etiquette plus wits.
Oh, that was very close. Very close. I'm gonna retcon a little bit and say that the way you just asked him that question was very sharp. In his response, he started with, he ran across, and then he stops. And he says, well, we have our ways.
Seems like the Camarilla has their own ways because they have information on the area at the very least.
It's just
And
that
I
we
don't-
don't need to invoke anything about the Camarilla and the, the presence of someone who is part of a court of the barons.
Well,
You know?
my line of thinking is that who knows who this person is? What do he want?
You know, I said sarcastically earlier that you were the smart one, but you might be.
It's been a very trying little bit of a journey.
I can tell.
Are there any hotels, motels here that we can maybe do more of our little bit of investigation?
Feel as though maybe we should stay away from the hotel motel situation because Jesus Christ Almighty on a stick on a Sunday afternoon. I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything again and get away with it again.
Yes, he rolls up shoves up, bunches the sleeve of his leisure suit top. You notice a really old, beat up Casio G-Shock.
A what?
It's a watch that the military
Oh,
uses a
Casio?
lot. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's indestructible.
Operator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it's perfectly fine to go out and find a place to slake your thirst. I suggest you all do so, lest I be forced to take care of you.
I mean, if you kill me, please make it quick.
Oh, you'll never see it coming.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Hang on just a second. Oh, what's going on? Yeah. It's not really an operator watch. It's just that's kind of the lore in real life. They often do wear shit like that. Yep. So he starts. He walks out the door. Doesn't really pay a whole bunch of attention to the table. Starts walking back down the stairs.
Oh, is it alright if I got your number for future correspondence? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Going to have to change this again. He gives you his number. He pulls out his phone, by the way. It's the brickiest Nokia you've ever seen in your life.
Ah, kindred spirit.
Madeline brings out her bedazzled BlackBerry with a little charm on the end of it and like smiles and shakes it a little bit, showing it off. It's like, hey!
He rolls his eyes and looks over towards Becky with an almost. Are you? See, do you have to deal with this all night long?
Becky has a face of pure exhaustion.
Yeah.
There's almost
Becky's
no
like the
movement in
oldest
Becky.
child.
There's almost no movement. Becky's now cosplaying a 40-year-old mom who's seen some stuff.
You gather that he's seen it. He's seen these looks before. You can all tell without making rolls. He's of a fairly low generation compared to you. You probably wouldn't want to tangle with him, though there isn't anything to say that you can't gang up and surprise someone as old as he is or as strong as he is, which is also coincidentally why you've all thought that hunting somebody like Nicholas is a possibility, even if he is rather strong. If you get the drop on him, a good chance that you can take him down.
And I swear, last question from me: is there a way to spot those that Ash would take exception to, of a human nature, as far as looks over Madeline for a second?
Well, it's a the slight that your companion transgressed was actually finding one of her chosen few flock and then feeding on him on the very grounds of her domain. That bar, I would not go there again if I were you.
He puts his hands together in front of his face and just looks down, like almost like prayer, like just looking down.
Dear beast inside, hallowed be thy dead name.
all
Duly noted.
your beasts are growling right now. It's
Mhm.
it's the pull to get out of this house and find
Yes.
a target is strong.
So I'm guessing that vacationers are free reign.
All right, let's let our dear friend get around to his business and let us do ours. Ladies,
Though our business done soon, we probably won't be friends no more.
Let's just
Eh.
find where Nikki is.
on to the nearest hotel that allows animals and continue the investigation. Mind the
You
spike.
gotta get off the animals in the hotel, man. That's not working for you.
Because I wasn't looking at the
Oh.
surveillance.
We can't. There are more places we can get surveillance. Have you ever heard about like the traffic thingies? I think it has something to do with the. What was it called? A thing that Becky was mad at us for.
Traffic.
Traffic.
So Miro
Never
It's
mind.
called-
We
makes
can
it
talk on the way.
downstairs and
Yes, minding the spike.
Yeah, he sort of brushes himself off and heads to the front door. Inspects the front door and turns back towards the rest of you and says, "I'll take my key back, thank you." Holds out his hand.
Madeline jumps a little bit and pats herself down to find the key in her back pocket and hands it back to him.
Okay. Thank you. Seems sincere. And opens the door.
Madeline thanks herself for not trying to break a window.
Not only did we not pick up the guy, we broke into his house without him in it.
Who is the last one to exit the door?
I'm
Probably
first, I
Probably.
guess.
I'm sorry,
So-
I missed that.
That's it.
I think it would be Caleb and then Becky and then Maddie.
So, Mango, are you not able to move your token, or
I'm not able to move it.
are
I
you
would need
on a desktop or mobile?
It's fine.
I
So I would like to get this scene done, and then I would like
Yeah,
to get you
sorry.
on your way. So who is the last one? Because he's gonna stop whoever the last one is going out the door.
Sounds like Madeline.
Madeline's gonna be the last one. She's gonna do another like look across, and then she looks at the kitchen cabinets.
He
says a
stops
prayer.
you. He stops you and says, "Did you, by any chance, look at that bedroom upstairs. The other bedroom upstairs.
I mean, we found it. Don't know what it is. Noticed that it was important. Didn't fuck with it. She kind of
But you-
shrugs.
But you
But-
saw inside.
No, we didn't open the door. We saw that someone on purpose.
You didn't
made
open the
that.
steel door?
Nope.
This is good. Did you look at it?
We looked at it for about 5 seconds, and I lost interest personally. We didn't really do anything to it. We realized that it was something
Maddie,
special.
I don't think you looked at it. I think Becky looked at it.
Becky looked at it.
But if this
Becky
is what
looked-
you're saying to him, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like they looked at it. I didn't. I don't
Okay.
care. I mean, it's something special. It's important.
It would be
Not important to us.
in your best interests to forget you ever saw that room.
Done did. He does like a little thumbs up and a
Removes
smile.
he removes his arm from in front of you and allows you to pass outside the house and follows you out and closes the door and locks it.
As she walks down a couple steps down, she also like bows a little bit to him awkwardly and then scurries back down the stairs next to her brother.
Okay. From here, it's a bit of a freeform meta here. So I'm assuming that you might want to feed first. So we can go
Yes.
through that, but I do want to make it clear that I don't know how long y'all can go tonight, but we're at what is this? Almost an hour and a half since we started. And the threads that you would be able to follow, I don't think you've found any of them yet.
Mhm.
So it's probably not going to get you all the way there tonight. So just let me know, when you all are ready to end the session. Okay. So that being said. When you exit the building and he sort of follows, it's a beach house. So there's a sort of sparse subdevelopment of these vacation type homes. I think I described this last time. This house is a bit different than the surrounding ones, but it's more or less the same style. It's just more run down. The surrounding houses, when you walk outside, it's just after sunset. But it is very dark. It doesn't seem like there's a moon tonight. And you don't notice too many cars, although you can see the main road from here, Route 12. Car goes by every couple of minutes. Up the road, back the way you came, there was a bit more town. And you haven't been south of here yet, so you don't know what's that way. Now, this house is on the beach, so you could just hang a right or a left hard around the house and just go walk the beach and look for people walking the beach at night, which is actually fairly common.
I want to try talking to the crabs again.
That would be the beach. That would be the beach.
Oh, where are you gonna find with the crabs?
Well, maybe they've like noticed something a little fishy. Fishy.
Did Sebastian put a screwdriver in your ear and wobble it around a little bit more than usual, sis? Well,
So,
we
I
were
assume you're all
apart-
walking towards the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well be.
Okay.
We're taking the
Where-
car there?
No. So, do you see how I labeled the dune line, the sandy beach, and the ocean?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are
Those
right
are-
next to.
Those are real distances, yeah. So it's like a pathway. Let me draw something here. It's not a
One of
big
us
deal.
should
but-
take the car.
No.
And-
So there is no road here. This house is right on the beach. So this dune line here, what happens is there will be like a trail that kind of goes like this and you just walk right out onto the beach, and everything behind the house is like scrub brush and sandy. It's like a 12-foot high dune that you can see over if you're on the second story porch. But when you're on the ground, it's like a little trail, and it'll lead you to the dune line, and then you crest the dune, and then you walk down, and it's the sandy beach.
Okay, then where's the car?
Car is sort of down here with the driveway kind of like this.
Okay.
And pay no attention to the big black square next to it, but the road is like this. So the car's fine. The car's safe. So you all walk towards the dune. Amuro sort of follows you. He's not
He wants us
like
out of
a lost puppy, but he's
Mhm.
trying to stick close. You get the impression that he's being given a task and he's going to see it through.
Mm-hmm.
As you crest the dune line, it's really neat. You look to the left and the right, and the beach down here is exceptionally flat. There aren't a lot of feet of sandy beach that haven't been compacted by the water running over it. So it's like Daytona Beach. It's very hard packed sand, very flat. And you can see for a very long way, given the lack of moon and your all's predilection to seeing things in the dark, you can see for at least 5 miles in both directions. And in the early hours of the evening, it's quite a popular thing down here for vacationers to come out at this time and actually take flashlights and go crab spotting. And so what you see when you look up and down is a bunch of little groups all sort of spaced out from one another. Maybe sometimes they run into one another, but most of them are spaced out with flashlights, and you gather that there's a lot of little kids, and they all shine the flashlights. And of course, the reason that they're out here with the flashlights is you shine them up the beach, and you can see all these crabs that kind of run away from you when you get too close, but you can see them with a flashlight. So you gather within a mile in each direction, there's at least 25 different people. Some of them children, some of them teenagers, maybe some older people, parents, vacationers.
So, seeing this, I would like to activate my obfuscates after doing some planning for feeding time. So I'm just going to put that out there for future. We crest over to the dune line. We're observing all the various people on the beach. And Caleb looks over to Becky and Madeline and says, "All right, well, let's avoid kids, right?"
Well,
You're, Madeline, you're a monster. Doesn't care. Does not care.
Some
You
kids
are-
are assholes, right?
nah.
You
What
are
were you in?
all enticed by the utter darkness and how just childishly easy it's going to be to isolate someone and do what you need to
Licky.
do. Yeah.
Maddie kind of jumps and starts running down the dune line onto the beach
Mm-hmm.
and starts running more like jogging / sauntering north.
North, gotcha. Okay.
Well, fuck.
Looking around for something to eat. She is very, very hungry.
Yes. So, let's start with you, Madeline. Then, okay, you sort of break off from the group pretty quickly. The first group you run into seems to be a group of teenagers. You would guess maybe 15, 16, 17, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 of them. 2 girls, 2 guys. They have 2 flashlights between them, and you get that that's a couple of couples. You're, say, 100 feet away from them before you get the idea that they may see you if they shine a light. They are walking away from you. But every once in a while they do turn around and shine a light just to make sure. You gather it's the girls that have the flashlights, and they get a little spooked and make sure there's no big crabs coming up behind them.
So Maddie starts jogging up towards the group of teenagers, and when she gets within like maybe 45, 30 feet from them, she's like, hey, I'm sorry to bother y'all. Just trying to get their attention.
Mm-hmm. So not trying to be stealthy, got it. Yeah, you sort of bounce up towards them. You look a little ragged from last night, but you know, it's dark out here. They probably can't tell exactly what you look like. And all of them sort of turn around and say, hey, one of the boys. What's up?
So I just need to ask if you guys, this is real embarrassing. Do one of you girls have maybe some feminine products on you right now?
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
Okay. And like the 2 dudes are like, all right, yep, okay. One of the girls, okay, let me make a check for me. I want to see how hard they need to try at this. Make a charisma plus subterfuge.
Oh, you choose the one that I have nothing in.
No one takes subterfuge, and it's such a useful one too. It's a
The
shame.
reason why I don't take it is because I don't know what it is.
Subterfuge is deception.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's no roll required. Both girls, as a matter of fact, kind of, one of them gasps a little bit. The other one immediately starts walking towards you. And she's like, Jenny, all right, like, I get, just chill with them right now. I'm going to go help. And she's like, okay. And there's a girl that's now coming towards you. She's blonde, maybe 5'6". Couldn't be more than 110 pounds. Probably 100 pounds soaking wet. She gets to within, 5 feet of you or so, and she's, hi. Yeah, and she like has a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you got really lucky, okay? I usually don't like carry this kind of shit, but I feel for you. And she starts taking off her backpack. She looks down like at it, and she isn't really paying attention to you.
You're really a lifesaver, aren't you? You're like a little angel sent to me. A little crab gods, huh?
I mean, sure, like, but also, like, are you, wow, do you, like, have a jacket or, like, how are you gonna, out here, like,
Oh, I'm
you know
just
what I
real
mean?
used to, like, the cold out here. I like taking night walks and stuff like that. I'm just used to it.
No,
Hey,
I
sweetie.
mean, like, I don't, oh my god, how are you gonna put this in?
Oh, you have a tampon?
Yeah, I mean, it's all I have.
Well, sweetie, look at me. And she asks her, like, she's looking at the stuff in her bag. She takes her finger and tries to direct her look into Maddie's eyes. And
Okay.
I want you.
Go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I want to use the mesmerize.
Mesmerize, yes, indeed. That will
Wait.
work.
Oh, maybe a compel.
Mesmerize is going to be a rouse check,
Never mind.
and
I don't
it's
want
really
to use
not. It's really not required. She's
Yeah, I just want to use compel.
Compel is fine.
Uh,
Compel is the one where you get to say single action. Yes. Okay. So
Single
what do you want her to say? What do you want her to do?
How do I word this? Single action.
I know it's awkward.
Be quiet.
Over her shoulder, you notice her friends are kind of very trusting, and they seem to be continuing sort of on their way. They're not going to get too far away, but they're also not hovering, which is a godsend for you. And your command was be quiet?
Yeah. And then Maddie grabs her and bites.
Her mouth closes in an unnatural way. You can almost hear her lips smack together. When you grab her, she kind of resists you at first, but you are quick. And as you sink your fangs in, she gasps. How much do you take? Again, I will give you the rank of how much you can take before it harms them. So hunger slaked is the number of die you take away. Now, sips from a human is 1. Maximum non-harmful eating from a human is 2. And this would last a full scene. So people are going to walk by you if you try to take 2. 1, you could probably pull this off right in the middle of the beach where you are. 2, you're pretty sure you want to drag her somewhere, and that may raise questions with her friends.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 1 die.
So you basically let some mouthfuls go into your mouth. It's bliss. It's your monster is somewhat slaked, but I'm very tempted to give you a composure check right now. Yeah, let's do it. So make just a base composure check. I actually think you have very good composure, so it shouldn't be too bad, but let's just see how you do. Oh, it's very close. Very close. You managed to pull away, and she is okay. She's not really wobbly, but you let your lick, close the wounds on her neck, and she still has the tampon in her hand, and she's still not able to speak. So she kind of just looks at you, and big smile on her face, and just holds her hand out to you with the tampon in it.
I pluck the tampon out and say, "Thank you. You really are a lifesaver."
She sighs, still unable to speak.
Am I able to release the command? I release the command.
Yeah, hey, my name's Madison. What's your
Nice to
name?
meet you, Madison.
My name's Madeline. Ain't that funny?
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, we almost have the same name.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty funny. Hey,
she's
I think they're a
pretty
little worried
shy.
about it.
She got real shy. Yeah, yeah. Right, right. My friends. Yeah. Are you? Do you? Are you staying here? Like near here?
I'm probably gonna be leaving like a couple of days from now, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Okay. Yeah. Good
no,
luck.
it's okay.
And
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
thank you.
See ya. Yeah. Bye. And she's like shyly.
Goodbye.
She almost kind of like half jogs away. She's a little embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to Becky.
What the? Yeah.
Becky, Madeline, you've seen that before. She took off. She
Yeah,
needed
yeah.
needed something. Um, you also need something.
Dude looks like a bad boy.
Oh, you're looking for a boy, another boy. Okay, so again, you kind of
Bad.
see.
Bad boy. That's the key.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll get you there. You kind of see Madeline. She runs for a group, north, so kind of back the direction the way you came. You see, there's a few groups past her. Maybe they're coming towards you. Maybe they're going away. They're a distance away, maybe a half mile. You look the other direction, down to the south. There's a couple of groups out that way too, but go ahead and make a wits plus awareness check for me. Oh, very good. Very good. You see these groups of late night strollers, crab spotters. And while you're looking, you kind of distance yourself out from Caleb a bit, and Mweru's just kind of hanging back by the staircase that came over the dune. All of a sudden, you hear a familiar sound. It's boys laughing. Younger boys. Sound like they've done something stupid. And it's coming from the dune line, and you don't really feel like it's one of the groups that's got a flashlight. You kind of feel like maybe they're in another house, or maybe they're just screwing around in the dunes. You don't know, but they're a little south of here. You could probably find them.
Well, step one is we haven't. We were driving a truck last time. I need to put the gun away.
True, you do have a gun on you. You could probably stash it somewhere here in the dunes. Just lay it down, and you'd remember where it was.
Yeah. I'll hide in the dunes for now, and
Okay. So you walk back up to the dunes a little bit. There's sage grass and pussy willows and stuff. You kind of nestle it in there. Make a little divot with your heel in the sand. You'll remember where this is. And then, you hear laughter again. You're even more sure now. It's like, they're probably drinking. They're probably like 18, 19. Sounds like more than 2. This is child's play.
walk over. Who looks like the baddest boy? Who's the one that would be least likely to be missed?
Yeah, you find this group very quickly following the sporadic laughter, and it's the same kind of situation that I described that would be possibly what was happening in the house that you stayed in yesterday. It's a porch on a house that's maybe 4 or 5 down south on the beach from where you were. And this porch is screened in, and you can kind of see through the screening, but you don't need to. There is smoke pouring out of this screened porch. So either they are all smoking cigarettes or something else. And the laughter happens louder now. You can kind of make out it's 4 of them. And there's a little bit of dull light there, but not enough so that people other than you and your kindred friends would really know what's going on. But you get the idea. These guys are pretty, they're gonna have a real good night. They're partying. So I assume you cross the dune and actually walk up to their porch and peer in. Do you actually go up and just open the door to the porch?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I mean,
bold,
what 18,
bold.
19-year-old?
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Okay.
like
So, do you wish to use any powers, or what do you have here, Becky? Becky's got dominate and
Well, we got to get one of the
mesmerize.
boys sidelines first. But
It's
the
true,
broad
it's
plan
true.
is to bring around a corner, suck them dry, and
Oh my
and
god.
leave.
Okay. So graphically,
Pump and dump. Or
we-
what's the inverse of
Oh
pump and
my
dump?
god, pump and dump is not the one thing we were looking for right there. Anyway, depending on how much of this you want to role play, we can do it. But in the short and long of it, it's going to be initially a bit of etiquette and wits to start to make sure that you're on the level, and they actually believe that you're solo and actually here to party and not a cop.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so you sort of just pull the door right open, walk in. They all, give you this sort of Hooters look, right? Whoa, what's this? I see, okay. And you start talking to them. Go ahead and make that etiquette and wits roll.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You did fine, and they're none the wiser. They kind of say, "Hey, yeah, you want a beer? You want smoke? You don't smoke, do you? You don't look like you're got one of those dirty habits, do you?" And you quickly get the idea that one of these guys, he's really leering. He's not the one talking, but if his eyeballs could rip your clothes off, they'd be doing it.
Yeah, we're going after that one.
Uh-huh. So you sidle up to this guy. He's decked out, his feet are up. He has a bit of gaze nystagmus already. You gather he's probably like 3-4 beers in. Smells like it. He definitely is also a smoker, like cigarettes. So it's not exactly a pleasant experience if that's not what you're used to. If you were going to kiss him or whatever. But how do you get this guy out of here?
I basically walk up to them. They ask me if I want a beer. I then go up to this one guy and say, "No, I do want you."
Oh, shit.
Got hit him up with the Riz.
So yeah. All right, let me just see if this guy has any sort of discovery that's gonna happen to him. No, he's fucked. So he goes slackjawed, and the dudes that he's with, the laugh that comes out of these guys is just everybody on the beach hears this. They're dying laughing, and this guy's like, okay, this is a hoax, right? Like, you guys, and he's like starts pointing at his buddies. He thinks it's totally a joke.
Oh, we make sure it's not a joke with starting, the touching and the sensing and
No,
kind of
he's
dragging him off the seat.
Oh wow, so he's into it, but he definitely thinks you're a stripper.
Wasn't that his fantasy?
It definitely would be strange if you pulled him away from his friends while you did things. So if you want to get him out of here, you got to give him something to go on, unless you just openly dominate the guy.
Right.
Pretend your name is Cherry.
This is great, Shred. If your church only knew what you're doing right now.
No, I was thinking of the outtake of the Baldur's Gate line. You can't put us in horny jail. We have the keys.
Nice. All right, so how are you gonna get this guy away from his buddies?
I'm gonna give a terrible pickup line.
All right.
Give
So
him what he said. My
Yeah.
name's Cherry.
oh wow.
And
Okay, so
I start
now-
walking away a little bit.
yeah.
Want to pop mine?
Oh my god. Okay, so he pulls a Garrus and he stands up and he's like trying to, he's trying to flex and he's trying to look sturdy and his friends are just dying. I mean, one of them's almost peeing. It's crazy. And he's like, I know what's going to happen right now and I'm okay with that. And he follows you. So where do you take him?
Where is the closest place that I can at least hide his body? Like, is there a room? Is it the truck? The poor truck.
I'm not sure. There's no truck. I mean, you walked off the beach up to a house.
Right. Oh, right. I am looking for a place where at least I could be out of sight for like a few minutes to basically suck his blood.
Okay, so theoretically, you could go in the house. There's a door to get in the house. You could walk back outside the porch with him. There's probably another trail like in the house that you came from that would take you to the front of the house and presumably the street. There might be a car. You could just walk with him back out on the beach and push him into the dune grass and maybe nobody sees you there. Up to you.
We're gonna do the dune grass idea.
Okay. So you take him by the hand, yep, and he's into it. He's like slapping himself a little bit, and he's definitely handsy. I won't describe it for obvious reasons, but yeah, you kind of lead him by the hand, and his hand does not stay within yours. He is behind you, but it's difficult to keep him moving. If you do so, you kind of crest the dune, and his buddies are like, it's crazy. Like you get the impression that they're just going to be laughing on the floor for another good 5 minutes. And one of them is like even not laughing. He's just stunned. Like he's just like, what just happened?
What
here?
happened?
And they presumably will just go back to drinking, or they might try and spy on you. You never know.
Even if they do, I have a plan.
Okay. So you get this guy over the dune, and it's pretty much all you can do not to display your vampiric strength in keeping this guy from, actually trying to pull your clothes off while you're walking. But you do get onto the other side of the dune, and then you can kind of turn face him. You sort of push him down. And then I'm assuming you just go right in, right?
So the plan is to do that and to use the basic level of compel to tell them to relax.
Okay. So you have compel, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Free
Okay.
cost lasts longer than the scene.
Mhm.
Single action, just tell them to relax.
He stops trying to grab at you so aggressively and just kind of gives in at this point, and he's there for the taking. And how much do you take?
I think 2 is safe for him, right?
2, he will be he will be very woozy given the state of inebriation that you now are very sure that he was at before you started. He will most likely pass out.
Oh, that's fine. He's in a bush. I mean, what's the worst that can happen in a bush?
Well, that's phrasing, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go with 2. I need to get the hunger down to 1.
So,
If people are spying on me, it just looks like a very aggressive makeout session.
yes, it will. And I'm going to do the same thing to you. I'm going to ask you for a composure check.
Straight composure.
Uh-huh. Oh, very close.
Is that good or bad?
Very close. I mean, if you had failed completely,
Oh, that was...
things would have happened. Okay, Now, please give me a wits plus awareness, if you wouldn't mind.
There will be absolutely no awareness in this. Oh,
Yep. So you don't feel like anybody's watching you, and you basically are concealed enough, in your opinion, in the dune grass that you actually notice a couple of crabbers, spotters walking by, and they don't even seem to notice you. You're totally hidden, but you are taking your time here. This is a bit. So, with that, I'm going to go to Caleb. Caleb, you are the last sort of one to break off from the group. You see your sister in name run off at quite a clip, and you also see Becky go the other way with a definite gleam in her eye. What are you doing?
Is Amuro still there? He's just like looking at all three of us.
Yeah, he's hanging back on the steps of the staircase, the wooden staircase that's going over the dune top.
Okay. Before deciding to head off with a sigh, he looks at Amuro and say, "You don't happen to know if there's any people that are actually into getting bit around here this time of night?"
Mm. This is not my circle, but I can't help you there. I have my own herd. They are not
Thanks for,
yours.
thanks for humoring me.
Yes, I think you will find the pickings quite easy, though. These tourists, well, this is one of the last places on this continent that people actually let their guards down to a significant degree.
Oh, that's especially good for us, I suppose. Right, well, I'll try and be back here within 30 minutes.
I will be here.
He nods, and I would like to utilize putting it. So, Silence of Death is a free action for the duration of the scene. I am sneaky. And silence makes me completely quiet unless somebody's already seen me, I think. And I
We
want
don't
to
need
look.
you to describe the powers. We just need to know what you're doing.
I want to go along the houses to see if anyone's watching the beach.
Which direction do you walk?
South.
Okay. So as you walk south, you're not too far behind Becky when she makes a turn up the beach onto the dune line, about 4 or 5 houses down from where you started, and you make note of that and then proceed onwards. You definitely hear the laughter of the boys there that are no doubt her obvious target. As you continue to walk, you pass by a few crab spotters. Some of them spot you and more or less just keep walking. You notice after some time that the houses are getting very far apart, maybe 500 feet or more.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a. Ooh, we can put your aspects to use here. So let's call this heightened senses, and with that, you are going to roll awareness and resolve.
Awareness, resolve, aspects? Or
Heightened
just
senses. But yes, Auspex. It's going to be Auspex.
Okay. Come on. Aspects, resolve, and then +2 from awareness? Or, wait, hold on. You can't put 3 into a roll? I'm sorry, how am I supposed to be arranging the dice for this?
I think you do it this way. There we go.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Huh?
Can I re-roll that? With willpower?
Sure. How many dice you can re-roll? I believe you can re-roll the 2 that are not blood dice.
Yeah.
You would be able to re-roll 3, but you can't re-roll blood dice.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and mark off 2 slashes into your willpower. And roll 2 dice.
One success.
Okay. The houses are getting farther apart. The crabbers are getting sparser and sparser. You haven't really found anyone by themselves. You don't really see anything on any of the porches facing the sea.
Hmm. So probably at that point, I'll try wrapping back around up the beach back towards the house. And then maybe this is where the fringe 1 or 2 people are.
The fringed 1 or 2 people. What are you
Looking
describing?
for loners.
Okay. So you're looking for loners that are walking on the beach.
Or the dunes.
The dunes are mostly covered with this grass and scrub, so people don't really walk on the dune. They transit over it and then either walk near the roads or just go to a house. But yeah, there's people on the beach still. It's maybe 9:30 now. Yeah, I think you need to make another of those rolls. So do a resolve awareness and your heightened senses from potency, or the potency of your heightened senses. So you can see how I loaded it. It's a skill, resolve, attribute, awareness, and then you roll it.
And 2.
Okay. You don't find any groups of less than 3. There is one group that is not too far from you. It looks like a pair of younger boy and girl, and then one older man who are out spotting. You could probably get within 100 feet of them, or even closer, without them noticing. They're
So it looks like
walking away from you.
Dad with kids.
You are not really sure. The 2 younger ones look to be in their late teens at youngest. The older person, you're not really sure. You're not even sure if they're family. You're holding maybe 150 feet from them right now, but you can see the group. They have a flashlight. They're walking away from you.
Yeah. continue on, skip these people.
Okay, you continue to walk. Are you looking for something different?
Humans travel in groups. No. Nah, I'm gonna keep looking for as small a group as possible,
Okay, same roll.
if not a loner. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Better.
Okay. 4.
Better. The houses are actually a little closer together, and you do manage to walk by your sister, who is engaged with a girl. And you give her a wide berth, and I'll let you decide how much you look and see what's happening. You continue on, and seems as though the nearest group to your sister is a trio of teenagers, younger this time, maybe 14, 15, or 16.
Mhm.
2 boys, 1 girl. And one of the boys is lagging. He doesn't have a flashlight. He's maybe 20, 25 feet away from the other 2. And you notice that he looks back often. But he keeps walking with the 2 that are in front of them. He's just not really there. You could probably convince him to go with you if you wanted to. Or take him by force.
I will try and get close. Does it look like the other pair in front are talking, or?
Yes. And
Um,
as you get closer, you recognize the look that he keeps giving behind, and he hasn't spotted you, but you put together, oh, this was the one that your sister grabbed, and this would be an odd night for the 2 of them should you decide to feed on him. You could move on. You definitely know there are others on the beach further up, and you could swear out in the distance there might be somebody hanging over a railing on a house. Faint, but you can see something. Maybe it's just a kite that fell down. It could be someone.
Well, I'm gonna trust my sister to not do anything particularly stupid to whoever this person is waiting for. I'm gonna go towards the railing person.
Mm-hmm. So you sort of jog past this group, and then another, maybe 10 or 15 houses up the beach to the north. Sure enough, yeah, you do see someone leaning over a railing. It's an older woman. She's definitely not in her 20s. Shorter hair, t-shirt, short shorts, bare feet, mug in her hand. You're almost 100% certain that's not decaf coffee in there. And the house behind her is oddly dark. No one. So most of these houses seem to have a few lights on. It's only 9:30. This one is mostly dark. This might be a few night lights, but yeah. And there's a staircase next to the dune there that you're pretty sure if you followed that you could get to the side of that house. You can't go right onto the porch there, but you know which house it is, and so you could either go to the front of that house and attempt to gain entry. You could cross over the dunes, jump off the little boardwalk, run under the scrub, and attempt to scale the side of the house and get to this railing. There's a number of ways that you can approach this woman, but I'll let you be creative.
So she's on her porch, which is not connected to anything, but I can try.
It's a second story. All of these houses have porches, more or less, and they're all in the second story, with the first story of any house being the stilts, as the houses are built down here.
Yeah.
And the porch is very close to the top of the dune line, so from the second story porch you can see out over the beach, and she's looking out and sipping at something. Now, the house is not directly connected to this boardwalk either, but the way you get to these houses from the beach is you cross over on a set of stairs that go over the dune line, which puts you onto a little pathway, and those pathways usually lead to houses.
Okay. I actually do want to try the stealthy climbing up the side to the porch route.
Oh, very good. Okay, so I'm assuming you distance yourself from those nearby and attempt to go invisible. Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You had successfully done this so many times in the past, and there's no moon out tonight, so it's assured. You transition into the form of invisibility, and do you attempt to go through the sagebrush and tall grass over the dune line and approach the house directly, or do you attempt to stealthily make your way over the stairs and on the boardwalk, and then a pathway to the house? And then either way, you will be attempting to climb up a post, one of the posts that holds this.
Let's go through the scrub brush.
Okay. So the scrub brush is going to be let's see, that is going to be dexterity and stealth.
Dex and stealth.
No trouble. You deftly sink your toes of your shoes into the sand as you crest the dune line, and then sink below on the other side, heading straight for the corner of the porch. Reach a post that's holding the porch up and take your hands and rub the palms together ever so slightly, making sure that there's no loose sand or anything that might loosen your grip. Go ahead and make an athletics plus composure, please.
Athletics and composure. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Oh boy.
And like an old pro, hand over hand, foot over foot, you scale this post like you're falling off a log. You put your hands over the top rail. She is 10 feet away from you, looking out over the surf. You are now on the porch, adjacent to her.
Before creeping up, before moving, after hopping onto the porch, I want to look inside to see if I can spy anyone inside the building.
Easy enough. Please make that custom check that we made before for wits awareness and auspex.
Wits. Wits. Awareness. Auspex.
easy enough. Large sliding glass doors on this house, and one of the things that you notice is that this house in particular seems to have a little buffer around it, how far it is away from the other houses. It's not too noticeable, but you get the sense that this is on a slightly larger plot of land than those houses around it. You also notice that the outside and inside of this house, as you look in the window, are very new, much nicer than the condition of the surrounding rentals. Intuitively, you think either this is a very high-end rental or these people live here. They're not renters. There's no one inside that you can see, although the furniture is very nice. There's a lot of leather. Carpeting's very long. The kitchen looks very nice. You can't really see much past the living room and area and kitchen. Very clean. No blankets astrew, cushions astrew. There's no luggage to speak of.
A very well put together home of someone that probably lives well off alone.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
You're
Are
seeing perhaps 20% of the inside of the house. You see nothing of the floor above.
I think that the beast is hungry and does not like all the has not been liking the patience I've been trying to take with this.
Yes.
Um,
You are drawn to her as a magnet is to another.
is there a chair, a couple chairs on the patio?
There are many. Adirondack chairs.
I would like to sneak up from behind, pull her neck to the side, and try and quietly take a sip
It's
or two.
quick and effortless. She, unfortunately, begins to drop the mug. Please roll.
Yeah.
Dexterity and athletics. You manage to catch the mug before it hits the deck, but its contents are now mostly over your arm. The smell immediately hits you. It's alcohol of some kind. And as you sink your fangs into her neck, it's almost as if you can taste the sadness. But the beast does not care. How much do you take?
As much as safe, so 2, I think.
You, my friend, are going to be the third composure check.
Oh boy. Hey!
Seems your convictions and composure are as strong as ever. The beast is powerless to force you to take this woman's life. She definitely goes limp in your arms at some point, and you deftly maneuver her into a deck chair with you sitting on the arm.
I was thinking like walking backwards and then just sitting down with her on my lap. Like, hey, if the kiss is like a really nice dream, she's being swayed back and forth in the lover's arms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. And she absolutely no protest. It's seamless and perfect. And as you complete the act, and you need to lift her off of you because, again, much like Becky's victim, She has passed out. So you set her in the chair, I assume, and abscond with your newly lowered hunger die. You are at 1.
Yay! I do put the mug, like, I take her hand and put the fingers through the handle on the mug and then make it look like she sat down and it fell to her side, though.
Easily done. You leave the scene of your crime no one the wiser. Assuming the three of you reconvene, we may fast forward to re-engaging with Imwiru and question of how much more you want to do tonight.
I kind of feel bad for saying this, but I'm getting really drowsy.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's why I asked.
It's not Shred this time that gets drowsy.
Shred, it's
To
your
be
lucky day. Win.
To be fair, I am starting to feel it. So
Yeah, these
I am saying this is a fun one shot with.
Yeah.
I think we've progressed the
What's that?
plot nowhere for the past like 4 sessions.
No, I
I'm
know.
having a great time.
Kind of.
It's fun though because I'm kind of starting to get a feel for how the group responds, and it's like not D&D is anyway. I don't want to ruin the recording here. Okay, so let's just say that the three of you complete your act and arrive in more or less the same location you left. Becky, you retrieve your scattergun, and Caleb and Madeline, you reconnect before you even reach Imwiru on the north end of the beach and walk together back to the deck stairs that he is still leaning on. And he says, ready to go.
Well,
That we are. I assume, looking over at Becky.
So, any idea what we're doing?
We're going to catch a Nosferatu.
next
And
time on
with
the
that,
look at the one shot.
yeah.
Part 5.
Yay!
Yeah.